Hello, everybody. It's me, your host of the most. What do they say that? Your host of the most? Do people say that? Anyways, hi, it's me, Akira Dolce. You're at my channel, you know me. I'm your local barista VTuber. Just made a fish pot of coffee. How you guys doing? I totally forgot to bring something to stir my coffee, so my finger it is. Ow, that's hot. Your hostess with the mostest. What does that even mean? I just made a fresh cup of coffee. Remember when I said I'm gonna cut down on caffeine? Yeah, that didn't happen. Like, that didn't happen at all. What does that even mean, though? The host with the most. The most what? The most bitches? Because ain't no host get more bitches than me. I guess I would be the host with the most bitches. So I'm not the most bitches. Anyways, welcome to the stream, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is currently January 10th at 3:11 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're gonna have a good time. I think, maybe we always do. I think. Except for, yeah, last night. Last night was a kind of a shit show. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about that. Hey, it's a Guinness Award. It's like a Guinness Award. Yeah, they don't, it doesn't matter. The most, whatever it is. I have the most coffee in my bloodstream right now. I love the concept of Guinness World Records because they don't mean anything. What happened last night? I played a hamster game. It turns out it was a gacha game, and it turns out it was also for like 5-year-olds, which is extremely dangerous if I think about it, because like it's targeted towards kids, but like you could buy gems, right? So like that's clearly just a bad thing. And I'm just thinking about it now, how like fucked up that is. Like, it's one thing for like I'm not sure if you guys have seen that one gacha game. I've been getting ads about it all over Twitter, but it's one where there's like these girls and like they have guns and they shoot and like they duck from behind cover and out of cover and all that other cool stuff. Yeah, I understand why that would be monetized, because ain't no kid should be playing that game. However, Hamster Playground, not only was it like just like a shitty game, I knew it was gonna be. I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. I thought it was just gonna be silly, which is like, man, I can't eat, like, it's not even silly enough. It's just some like cutesy hamster game with microtransactions, and like you could dress up your hamsters, I guess, but like there just was not a whole lot to it. The gameplay was literally just like you raise your hamsters, you like tell them to go to the bathroom and stuff. And here's the thing, it didn't matter if like you didn't like take care of their needs, because there was no consequence. There was a minor consequence where like if you send them out to go do something, so like if you go train or like to get money, you'll get less of it, you'll get less experience and stuff. But like, no, I want my hamster to fucking piss itself. But I guess you can't really just have a hamster die on you for a kid's game. That's kind of fucked up. What if Nintendogs had Gacha the game? I wouldn't necessarily say even Nintendogs. Like, it was less interactive than Nintendogs. At least in Nintendogs you could pet your dogs, you could go take your dog on a walk. There was the mini games that you could do, like the agility training and like the frisbee game that you could do. However, you know, it was basically like if you had Nintendogs, but there was only the mini games and that was it. That's what baby games are for. Listen, I didn't know about this game until literally like a week ago, when I was like, wow, this game is in my fucking inventory or in my Steam. And I was like, okay, well, It was not a hidden gem. I'm super upset about it. Like, I am genuinely upset that it was not a good game because, like, I was like, oh, this somehow ended up in my Steam library. Let's play it. Let's hope it's really good. It was fucking garbage. I'm so mad. Oh, the potty training mechanics? There's potty training mechanics? In baby games? Do they teach you how to piss and poop? Anyways, I'll have you guys know. Any gays? Hello, my gays, theys, and everyone else. I'll have you know though that I was planning to make this a Taco Bell Tuesday tea time, but I couldn't get my webcam to work. My webcam and my capture card has been on the fritz lately, and apparently it's a Windows thing because this hasn't had this like. It's only started happening since Windows got updated at one point, and now my capture card just doesn't get captured all the time on OBS. It gets captured elsewhere, that's for sure, but it doesn't get captured on OBS. So I think a Windows thing broke OBS, and so now I gotta somehow figure out how to fix that. So that's gonna be fun. Anyways, yeah. My week has been interesting, that's for sure. I'm surprised. I only missed one day of streaming yesterday. I had a full schedule. I have a full schedule this week too. I set a full schedule for myself last week, and I'm so surprised that I actually only missed one day. I was expecting to at least miss 3 days. So, yeah. Does my party mode still work? Hold on, I have a party mode button. Does that still work? No, it's broken. My party button's broken. After some updates a little bit ago, my PS3 stopped capturing. We love it. Why do updates keep breaking shit? Why do we keep updating shit? Just let things go out of date. Yeah, my party button's not working. I am hoping that this issue resolves itself within 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks the Fire Emblem game is coming out and I want to play that on stream. But I'm not sure if I want to play that on stream first or if I want to do Persona 3, because I'm still in the middle of Persona 4, but maybe we could like take a Persona break and play some Fire Emblem. Or what if we played the Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem game? That would be fun. I've never actually played it on the Switch. I only played it on the Wii U, and goddamn, I loved the Wii U version. Tokyo Mirage, yes. Honestly, this is gonna sound bad, but it's probably one of my favorite games of like all time. Like, not even joking. Like, no sarcasm. Not because there's like titty boobies in there, because there are titty boobies in there, but like that's not the reason why. Last time I checked, my capture card was still working okay. Oh, booba! Why did that play twice? That's weird. Do I have it on here twice? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Why did that play twice? That's weird. There's a new Fire Emblem with the toothpaste MC. It is. It's a mainline game. And did you know? This is a fun fact. Did you know that the artist who designed the main character is the same artist? Well, actually, the character designer for the entire game, I'm pretty sure, was the artist who did the art for Hakos Bales from Hololive. Yeah, they did it. They had a VTuber artist do the art for the characters, and I thought that was really cool. And that's why they kind of look like a VTuber. Honestly, if you superimpose the Fire Emblem main character into like in front of some gameplay, they'll look like a VTuber. The rat lady, yeah, the rat lady from Australia. Colgate VTuber. No, it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. I heard a lot of things, a lot of people complaining about the designs of the characters, but like, I don't know. Open your mind, people. Onyx Serpent, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. Hey guys, I want to let you guys know that first is still available. So if you guys want to redeem first, you'll be the first person. You get nothing but other than being first, having the bragging rights. There's my toothbrush VTuber. Right here. Let me brush your teeth for you. Does that mean that like the main character would be smeared all over like a toothpaste or toothbrush? The color contrast is just funny. A lot of people don't like it though. Like a lot of people really don't like the character designs in the new Fire Emblem. And I'm like, it's fine. It really is fine. Y'all just y'all don't know art when you see it. I guess some people are like, wait, they look too animated. They look like too much like clowns or jesters. But yeah, I don't know. I can kind of see it, but like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about the guy looking like Colgate toothpaste. I'm probably gonna play as a girl anyways. I always play as girls. They seem less dead fish-eyed than like Byleth. I love Byleth. Byleth is probably my favorite protagonist so far. I'd probably go Byleth, Robin, Corrin, and then probably Toothpaste. But technically, Fire Emblem 6 had a Fire Emblem, or had a personalized unit, but I don't remember it too much. The purple-haired dude really had saturated hair, like from the Muso game. The hair's a bit too bright. Jam, congratulations on first. I don't know. I think the characters are fine. They're just different, really. Like, I guess people are expecting Fire Emblem to have like very traditional medieval, or like I don't know, is it medieval castle time? They're looking for like castle time characters, you know? Hold on a second. Did I press the right button? Oh, I've been smiling the whole time. When does that happen? When did that happen? I was like, why am I smiling? What, bro? Who got you smiling like that? Only issues with playing as a lady is that you can't be lesbian. Is it? Can you be a lesbian in this new one? Yeah, Shez's hair is probably too bright. Honest, I'll be honest with you, because like it's even brighter than what's his name's, Lauren's, and Lauren's has got fucking purple ass fucking hair. In the Muso game, you can't even marry anybody. You can just be buddies with everybody. Fuck Lauren's, yeah, fuck Lauren's. I'm sure he's a great dude, except I don't like him. Tony B stands Lawrence. I know Tony B does. Thanks, Tony B's. I want to go talk about Tokyo Mirage Sessions for a second, because I brought that up and I didn't follow up on it. But Tokyo Mirage Sessions, honestly, it is the game for Akira. It is Akira the game, because it's got Fire Emblem, it's got Shin Megami Tensei, it's got like a classic JRPG feel, and it's got idols, and it's got singing, and it's got dancing, and it's got like all these cool characters. Ah! Onyx, thank you for this. Thank you for the follow. You can be a lesbian in Fire Emblem Engage, but there's no real info. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Nintendo. You are breaking the boundaries. Also, I don't have my socks on, so my feet are really cold. Can you also be gay? Probably. Probably. I want to know why you wouldn't. But yeah, Fire Tokyo Mirage Sessions. For real, guys. The Akira Dulce experience. It also, like, plays a lot, like, I don't know if you guys played Shin Megami Tensei 5, but, like, Shin Megami Tensei 5, it plays almost exactly like it, other than, like, the weapon triangle stuff, which was kind of cool, honestly. There's some, I would assume there's some same sex options as, like, the recent games had. I wonder if, like, all of the characters would be available at some point, but I guess, like, that's not how the world works. Not everybody's gonna be swinging both ways, you know? Or, I don't know if you guys have ever lived in a small town, but small town fucking sucks. And this is gonna be fucking for real. But, if you are, like, if you're from a small town and you only had, like, a limited dating pool, like you do in Fire Emblem, and only some of them are gay, damn, it's fucking real. There was only, I would say, like, there was probably, like, 7 people total out of, like, 200 that I knew that were, like, swinging for the opposite team. You know what? Talking about being a lesbian in Manuela, there needs to be more playable MILF MCs. Don't look for the MILF, be the MILF. Listen, we don't need more MILFs. We need more MILFs to be us. We need to be the MILFs. We need to be the change. Why are your friends all white? There was no diversity where I lived? Yeah, no. That's real though. Like, there's no diversity where I lived either. There is now. It was a developing town. And now it's not developing, which is funny. There was not gonna lie, there was like 5 Asian families. There were like two ones that were like somewhat close to me, and I think one related to me. I don't even think that I had any relatives. No, did I have any relatives initially? So initially I didn't, now that I think about it. It was literally just me and my immediate family. I'm thinking about it, I'm like, who else was there? Who else was there? My mom specifically chose not to put me in an all-Asian school because of the competition. You know, those Asian families be like, you know, hey, where's those good grades? You know, I got the good grades, but like, I didn't try. So by the time I hit high school, I was a fucking failure. I won't say a failure, but like, man, I did not fucking try. Yeah, my hometown though, I'm thinking about like the black families that were around, and I don't think there were like any. There was one black family. No, there's 2 black families. In an entire town, there were 2 black families, and I think that was so weird. Or at least the ones that were in my grade, or like my grade area. Literally everyone was white. Absolutely everyone was white, with the exception of like the 10 families that were not white. It was so... Man, it was, it's something, that's for sure. Man, it's so weird. I was like the Asian kid too. For my grade, I was the Asian kid, and it was... Thinking about it now, I'm like, wow, that's really fucking cringe, but like, yeah, no. I had hella bad procrastination problems now because I know I can push it last minute and get a decent grade. It's real. It's real. Listen, I don't know how to even deal with that because like I grew up with that even myself. So like, how do you even make sure that doesn't happen? Because if your kid is doing well, right? Like, I'm thinking about my experience in school, specifically elementary school, because like that's where I was like did the best because everything was so simple. what happened is that I would always complete my schoolwork at school. So like, you know how like when you're like given like a math assignment, right? You're given a math assignment, you're taught the principles, like, I don't know, the quadratic formula or something, right? And then like you're taught the formula, you apply the formula, and then after you learn all that, the teacher's usually like, here's a bunch of work for you. Solve the problems. I would solve them in the, I think, 40 minutes or 30 minutes that we were given. It was so easy. In elementary, yeah, well, like middle school, but like, yeah, elementary and / middle school. So I was in the area where you're in grades 1 through 8, then 9 through 12. So I consider 8 and below elementary, and 9 and above high school. There's no middle school in my brain, because that's just how I grew up, guys. But yeah, like, they would just give me the work. I'd finish it all in 30 minutes, and the ones that I didn't finish in 30 minutes, I would literally just not do it, and then I'd come to school, and then like while we're getting ready for the class, I would just finish it up and do as much as I could, and then I was fine. My mom would be like, "Hey Kira, do you have any homework today?" And I'm like, "No, I did it at school." And it's like, "Can I see your work? Can I see the homework you were supposed to do?" And I would show her, because I usually did get it done. Thankfully, most of the times I would get it done. And so whenever she asked, I'd be like, "I don't have any homework because I did it at school." And every time I would lie. If I did have homework, I just lie. And then I would do it at school the next day. I usually see central schools in elementary, K through 6 and 7 through 12. That's so weird to me. Mine's K through 8. I've never not known K through 8. There's a way to like make sure that doesn't happen with your kid though. I think you have to get them into the habit of doing harder work. But like when you're a parent and you have your own fucking things to worry about, like bills and your own occupation and your own job, you know, you don't have time to fully immerse yourself in your child's learning. You have to make sure your child survives first, and then you can kind of worry about their learning, you know? So like, I understand it's like you can try to like push your child to learn a bit more, but ain't getting anybody got time for that. That's why you send them to school. That's why you pay for school. Some people pay for school. There's public school. I totally forgot about public school. I don't even know if my parents paid for my primary school. I don't know if it was a public school or not. I never really thought about it. It was run by a church, so probably it was free, but I don't know. Public school costs money? Does it? At least in America? Does it? I thought you just have to enroll. Damn. America, what's going on? Listen, I'm gonna go Google this right now. Do I have to pay for public school? I thought public school was publicly funded by the government. Yeah, it's free. Yeah, most public schools are free. They're funded by the government. It's just cheaper? Is it? I thought it just comes out of your taxes. That's how you pay for school. You just... 444 Apple, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Public education school fees and what parents have to look for. Okay, so it's $50 for... Oh, this is for school supplies. Well, you have to pay for school supplies. That I understand. So this is for British Columbia. This doesn't apply to all of Canada. But they outlawed school fees in the public system for course materials, trips, and textbooks for the child's graduation. 11 years. They're still paying what they're supposed to be as a taxpayer for a mandatory service. So yeah, there's There are some places that do charge, but there are some places that don't. For the most part, like, it seems like most schools that are government funded are free, but there are some schools that are government funded but still require you to pay for, probably for like processing fees or whatever that bullshit is, where like it's, you know, we pay for events, uniform, textbooks, stationery, excursion. I guess, is that out of what are we chatting about? We're talking about public school. We're talking about learning. We're talking about education. We're learning ourselves. I don't know what fees. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know. Maybe depends on where you go. Writing in the books is not necessary for participation in the pro. Yeah, no, a lot of, now that I think about it, all the textbooks that we got in middle school, or in elementary / middle school, they were all rentals basically. There was basically like a there was like a shelf full of books, of textbooks, and we would just pull from there. And then at the beginning of the year, sometimes we were assigned a textbook and we're supposed to give it back by the end of the year. Public doesn't have uniforms. In Australia, public has uniforms? That's so weird. I'm in the US and we had uniforms. Weird. I did not have a uniform. Honestly, I'm kind of sad that I didn't get a uniform. Honestly, like, it's kind of cool. Like, I know some people are like, man, I just want to wear whatever is comfortable. I want to wear something that shows off my titties. But listen, as a someone who doesn't go out and like look for clothes a whole often, like, listen, the clothes in my closet are literally just like long sleeve shirts, like one colored long sleeve shirts that I roll up to my sleeve or to my elbows, or t-shirts that are just a solid color. If I had a uniform, I would fucking love it, because I would never have to like decide what to wear. It's decided for me. I just have to wear the uniform and make sure it's clean. It shows off your outer MILF. Ugly green maroon school colors. That doesn't sound too bad. Green and maroon. Maroon actually probably doesn't go too well with too many colors though. If it was an olive green and a maroon, I think that would be really disgusting. Olive green. I don't really like olive green as a color in general. Olive green is just... it's interesting, man. The elementary school my younger brother went to had uniforms. They were all public schools. Man, schooling is weird. Do you think it's like super expensive to go to Garrick Mach Academy? It's probably like super expensive. Because then you become a knight and then like... and then you make money as a knight. But you know, if I remember correctly in the Fire Emblem universe, like being a knight doesn't necessarily mean you'll be part of like a royal family's royal knights. You're basically hired as a knight on your knightly experience. UK schools have uniforms, even public. Man, we just need to like make uniforms like a thing. I understand why uniforms are a bad thing though sometimes too. Our school has it down to if you wear any socks other than the ankle high white socks, you get detention. Damn. You know what my favorite socks are? Knee-high black socks. Just let them wear that. It's fine. What does that have to do with anything? It's your freaking socks. No one's looking. Oh, do you know what socks? There's like socks that I absolutely love. Loose socks? Yeah, so if you look up loose socks or no, yeah, it's just called loose socks. Those are my favorite kind of socks. When worn as a uniform. I think they're so cool. I fucking love wearing my bright patterned knee-high socks. Man, socks are cool. I had patterned socks. I had thigh-high patterned socks at one point, and I thought they were so warm. They were so nice to wear in the winter, honestly. And no one ever saw them because, like, I always wore jeans. I've worn thigh highs to school once on free dress day. That sounds okay. That sounds fun. Nothing too skimpy or no vulgar words. Listen, the dress code thing has always been weird because from my experience and from my understanding of most women that went to school, they were like ridiculously hard on girls for quote unquote breaking dress code, when guys would also just break dress code as well, but like they would never address that. They would just never say anything. But like you wear like you wear a tank top with too thin of straps and they're just like, oh, you're getting detention, or you gotta go to the lost and found and find something to throw over your shoulders. I never really understood that. I really didn't. Oh my goodness, a shoulder. I'm gonna distract all the boys with my shoulders, guys. They can't learn in this institution if I have exposed shoulders. Holy shit, shoulders, right? I guess the only concern that I would have is if somebody came with a strapless, like a tube top, then I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of like, this is not because it's inappropriate, it's for your own fucking safety. Some prepubescent boy is gonna come yank that off of you and you're gonna be having your titties flopping everywhere. So like, just don't. And that's like when when kids are just, you know, they're degenerates because they can just, they have intrusive thoughts and they just do it, you know? What about off the shoulder? So yes, sleeves, but also shoulder. Some adults might do that too. Cool. If you're going to school, listen, if you're going to a school as an adult and doing that to students who are wearing that sort of outfit, then maybe you're the problem. I wouldn't think that it's their problem, but I think it's the thing. I think they need to go to jail. If that were the case. They shouldn't be at a school, they should be in jail. And God forbid it's someone who works at the school, because that'd be fucking weird. Oh, dude. There was like at least 3 teachers arrested not while I was there, but like in the lifetime of the school, as far as since I started. So like I graduated a while ago in the early 2010s. And within X amount of years, 10 or so years, there's been like 3 arrests for child grooming in my high school. It's so fucked up. Mind blown. Yeah, it's not cool. I don't like it either, and there's a reason why I don't like my hometown, guys. That's probably one of them. Man, I'm really craving some fucking Taco Bell today, guys. I'm so mad. I really wish I had some Taco Bell. Being a 37-year-old, you graduate away. Yeah. I didn't graduate until I was 27. According to 10x years ago. Why didn't you get it anyways? Well, because, like, I want to eat it with you guys. It's the thing. Like, I could just get it. But, like, I want to eat it with you guys. That's the thing. There's one teacher who hasn't done anything wrong but still gives me the ick. There are just teachers that are like that, my dude. There are just people that are like that, and it's just so gross. They're like, it's those teachers that like, that make really like awkward passing comments that are like kind of sus, and you're like, like, well, it's clearly not anything bad, but like, gross. You know what is, okay, this is the scariest thing, guys. This is the scariest thing, and the more I think about it, the more I am so happy nothing bad happened to me. But like, you know how earlier I said I was the only Asian kid in my like grade? So I was like the only Asian kid in like a 5-grade span, right? The next Asian kid was like probably older. Well, other than like my sisters, I guess. Other than my family. This is so scary. This is so scary, guys. So I was a small young Asian boy. And I was going to the school, like, you know, between the ages of 5 and 13, like a regular person. And we had this principal, and this is, keep in mind, this is a Catholic school, by the way. This is a Catholic school. And we had this principal, and everyone loved him because he was great, and he like played with the children, and he was just like a devout Christian, and everyone appreciated him, and because he was the principal of the school, right? So, cut later into the year. There's one incident that really kind of made me uncomfortable, but like, because I was just not really aware of it at the time, because I didn't think anything bad could happen to me at a school, because, you know, there's adults there who are there to like help you learn. Like, you don't really think about this when you're like 10, right? So around the age of when I was 10, the principal is walking around the classroom, because, like, you know, they sometimes just check out the classrooms and see if anything's going wrong, you know. And the principal notices that I have a particularly dull pencil. It's not like it's extremely dull, but like, it's not a sharp pencil either. So I'm just writing my test. I'm taking a test, and they take the pencil from me while I'm in the middle of writing things. They sharpen my pencil and hand it back to me. They slide it back into my hand, and then they go up to my ear, like literally go up into my ear while everyone's taking a test, and just whispers, "A sharp mind starts with a sharp pencil." And I thought that was so fucking weird. Yeah, right? And so, like, I was so just, yeah, that's how my reaction was, just like, what? So yeah, I ended up finishing my test. Nothing happened. That was just the weirdest fucking thing that happened. Then it turns out, after I graduated high school, turns out that principal confessed to officers that he was grooming children. So that's fucked up. Could have been me. And like, yeah, it always comes from the Christians, those weird Christian old people. He was old too, by the way. Yeah, that is the most fucked up thing. It's so, again, I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, I'm so weirded out by this, and this is a thing that fucking happened to me. I'm like, wow. Whispering in one's ear will automatically make it creepy. I mean, unless you like consent to it, like, You know, some people like ASMR. Do you guys see those ASMRs where they fucking suck the ears on those like 3DO mics? They're like, I think that's really weird. Like the last thing I want to hear is your fucking throat. It's crazy how common it is. It is crazy common, especially with Christians. It's so weird. Not saying that every Christian is like this, but like I feel like a lot of them hide behind their religion to show that they're a good person. And you know, if you there's just no correlation between that. Your religion doesn't make you a good person. You yourself make you a good person. So don't hide behind that fact. I love Jesus. Well, I love people. And I think people deserve respect. The eating ones make me want to throw up for real, the ASMR ones. I hate those ASMRs, but my... Oh, the ear licking ones, the ear sucking ones are just the weirdest and grossest ones. Like... Do you like that? I want to get into ASMR. But like not in like like the one thing I want to do is ear massage ones. I found one person who does ear massage ASMR, and like it's just the way they rub the ears, it just something about it. I think it might be also my headphones, because my headphones they're open back headphones, so they hear the room sounds as well, right? So it's not like I don't feel isolated. So when I put those on, it literally just feels like somebody is just behind rubbing my ears. And I was like, wow, that's so comforting. It's legit comforting for some reason. And it's only like the ear, either some things in the ASMR that I'm like, that really, what is that like when they tickle things? They tickle your nerves? My BFF, my BFF sleeps to those weird ear sucking ones. How do you fall asleep to that? No, seriously, like how do you fall asleep to ear sucking ASMR? Why does that play twice? Do you guys hear that? That's so weird. Oh wait, do I have two OBS? That would explain it. I have two instances of OBS open. Remember when I said I've been having trouble with OBS? Yeah, that's one of them. I think one of the few ASMR ones that I really do like is the keyboard clicky ones, where they're just kind of like sitting there typing away. They could be like writing an essay or something, and then like honestly that would be very relaxing, because like it just kind of feels like somebody's in the room like working with you. I feel like if you were working on something yourself, like if you were like working on math homework, or like if you're writing something, or you know, you're doing something that requires like thinking, having an ASMR where somebody's just typing away might be just good company, you know? Like it's called what, parallel working, where you're just kind of working on your own things individually, just in the same room, and like you just feel more productive. That's what I get like when I watch other people do like art streams. When I do watch people do art streams, it makes me want to work more, because like they're doing the thing, you know, they're doing their thing, so I should just do my thing too. Is it concerning that I like to sleep to the ones where I'm bleeding to death? A little bit. Like a little bit, not gonna lie, that's a little concerning. But like, you know, maybe it's like a fantasy thing, like, you know, if you realize it's just a fantasy, unless you don't really want to die, then like, I don't know. Kind of just like listening to a work stream. Work streams are just they're really good. People need to do like, they need to like push work streams more. People need to be more aware of work streams, because if we had more work streams, we'd be so productive, guys. we would be like pushing shit out like crazy. We wouldn't have to make AI art. There's a thing that someone brought up about AI art, by the way, is that so AI art. Listen, AI art is so hard to say if you're trying to say it fast. So, but AI art, the one thing about AI is that I'm like a little on the line about this. So I don't like AI art, but I like the concept of AI because artificial intelligence can automate jobs. It can do the things that like are menial, right? And that they can just like get a thing to do. Like for example, like sorting something, right? You could just pay somebody to sort something, like, you know, pay like reds go left, blues go right, separate your laundry. But yeah, like the AI can automate jobs, and like I think that's great, because the more time we're doing things that aren't the menial stuff, the more time we can do other more involved stuff, you know? So the one thing that someone brought up, I can't remember who said this, but they were like, they took the most fun part of working, which is the creation process, and they automated it. They automated creativity. And I think that's like so fucked up, because like that's the only thing that we really, it's one of the things that we find joy in is creating, right? But like if things are just created for us, you know, if art is just created for us, you know, it's not, it loses its sort of, you know, art. It's not art anymore. It's literally just a picture. I guess we should stop calling it AI art and start calling it AI generated images, which is what it is. So yeah, I don't really like the algorithms that recreate people's art. That's kind of fucked up. But you can't also, the fucked up thing about this, because like I know a lot of things about copyright law. You can't copyright or trademark an art style. So if you have a way of animating or drawing that really like kind of reflects yourself, or that no one really can do, but someone recreates it, you can't say like, hey, you're ripping off my work, because you can't copyright it. You can't trademark the style of art. Tell that to Disney. No, well, no, Disney can do that. I mean, they can't do that. Sorry, they can't do that. You can. There are so many things out there that look like Disney. Hold on, what's that? Is Treasure Planet's not Disney, is it? Treasure Planet. Is that Disney? It is Disney. Okay. Anastasia? Is Anastasia Disney? '20th century. Yeah, so the movie Anastasia. The movie Anastasia was made by 20th Century Fox. It looks like a fucking Disney film. They can't like it. They can be like, yeah, it's fucking, but Disney can't be like, hey, you ripped off this art style. I'm pretty sure Disney was fucking pissed when they saw this movie, because it really does look like a Disney movie, but they can't do anything about it. There needs to be heart in the booba drawings. That's true. You know, there's something called like consent is sexy, which is true. So you need to consensually make those boobas. Those boobas can't be done for you. You have to consent to those boobas. Booba! But yeah, that's my... Fang Moonlight, thank you for the follow. Fang Moonlight, how you doing? Remember to look at the hands when you see art online. Oh, that's so true. Have you guys seen the the Greek gods AI generated images? Hold on. Greek gods AI images. It's just an art struggle in general. Being an artist is hard, guys. Just being an artist. There's one in particular where like it looks really nice, but then you look at their fingers and then it's like, what the fuck? They have like literally 14 fingers on one hand, like not even joking, 14 fingers. I wish I had the ones that were like really bad. Being creative is a struggle. Listen, existing is just a fucking struggle. I'm a streamer, but I'm wanting to get into like video production as well. So like I can just upload videos to YouTube about whatever. But here's the thing is that like I'm having issues coming up with topic ideas that I want to talk about. So like one of the video ideas I had, so other than like tutorials and stuff, I want to make tutorials for people because boy howdy, there's a lot of VTubers out there that don't know a whole lot about OBS and and audio, which are things I'm really good at. I can explain really well. There's just a lot of people streaming at like 1,000 bit rates, like 1K bit rate. And I'm like, please, I just want to tell you, like, up your bit rate. Because it feels like I'm watching a 360p video, and I'm like, you're streaming at 7. Let me help you. Like, I need to help you. Teach them to proper audio compression. I technically am not even proper audio compressing myself. I'm over compressing myself. And there's a reason why. Is because, I guess there's like, that excuses it if there's a reason why. Come and set up my shit for me. All right. Oh, Jim, I'm almost done your thing, by the way. There's one change I want to make, and then I can finally send you the final. And then I think this will be the last one because I had like 5 other people listen to it and had them critique it. And through the collective 5 brain cells that we have, I think we're almost gonna be done with it, like tomorrow. But yeah, I'm over compressed, guys. If you guys listen to me right now, I'm over compressed. And the reason why is because I'm basically running this like a podcast. So I'm not sure if you guys have watched a lot of my streams where I play games where I need to focus a lot. For example, like Persona, for example, or Fire Emblem. There are times where I'm literally just mumbling to myself, like, okay, I need to like get this done. And like, if I were to whisper that were like, wouldn't be able to be picked up very well. But like, there's also time where I'm like really, really excited. Like, for example, if I'm playing Smash Brothers and I get fucking knocked away out of nowhere, like I'm like screaming at the top. I don't want to do it right now because like I got roommates, but like, if I'm like, oh my God, right? The difference between, oh my God, and okay, I gotta get this shit done. There's literally like there's no difference. Well, I won't say there's no difference, but there's a very, very small difference between oh my God and oh my God. And it's a one size fit thing where I don't have to worry too. And I guess even in Smash Brothers, even if I'm playing Smash Brothers and I'm focusing really fucking hard, I'm like, okay, back here, looking for the back here, right? I'm whispering to myself like I'm focusing. But all of a sudden I get like punished from one thing and I get scared. Easy. You know. So that's why I overcompress myself. Don't use any filters in the, oh wait, what? I didn't use any filters in OBS until like last month. Please, everybody who streams, everybody who's listening right now, okay? Everyone who's using OBS or Streamlabs Broadcaster or XSplit or whatever, all of them have built-in compressors. Please use them. All right, so I'm going to teach you right now. All right, so on the right side or wherever it is, it's by default on the bottom, but I moved mine over to the right side because honestly it looks better on the right side. If you go to your audio mixer, there's a bunch of dots next to the audio sources, right? Click those dots. There's a thing called filters. Click filters. You'll see a bunch of whole lot of nothing. At the very bottom, hit plus. There's a compressor button. Click that compressor. Add that shit in there. Add that shit in there. Okay, so you have a thing called a ratio. You have a threshold. You have an attack, a release, and output gain. Okay, so here's how compressors work. You know what? I can fucking open up my thing and show you guys how this looks, because honestly, no, we're going to do that right now. Okay, we're going to do that right now. I'm going to open up my audio mixer, and I'll show you guys a fucking graph of how this fucking works, because this is very important. Okay, super important. Compress your shit, streamers. Compress your shit. Okay, open. Where's this? Boom, 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 boom. Dynamics, compressor. Okay. Virtual kiss. Give me a second here. I gotta set this up properly. Ah, motherfucker. You are motherfucker? Why is my display not capturing? I'm just gonna remove it. Add, I guess, oh, display capture? No. Okay, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now I gotta move over. Hold on a second. I gotta move over. BTube Studio. Yeah, okay. Please bear with me. Please bear with me while I get this set up. Okay. Bah. Okay. Okay, this is the shit I'm working on, by the way. Can you see that? Hold on. Does that show up? Oh, I gotta minimize this. Okay. Okay, you guys see this, right? I'm gonna zoom in on it just a second. Please ignore all my work, okay? It goes away when I click on it. Okay, so there. Okay, you see this shit? It goes away when I click on it, but that's okay. Okay. Or we're learning here, guys. We're learning, okay? So here's what a compressor looks like, okay? And you're gonna be like, wow, this doesn't make any fucking sense. It shouldn't right now, okay? So first off, the things I told about or talked to you about, there is a ratio, there's a threshold, there's an attack, a release, and a gain. All right. So here's how compressors work. Okay. So the main idea of a compressor, what you want to think about is it's automatic volume control. That's basically what it is. Okay. So for this compressor, we have a threshold, right? You can see it's doing a thing. We have the ratio. It's doing a thing. We have an attack and we have a release. We have a hold as well, but like we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so what do these fucking things do? Well, let me tell you. Ratio, threshold. Okay, so this is what we're seeing here. We have a graph, right? Think of this as the volume going in and the volume coming out, right? So this is the amount of volume. So like, let's say I'm talking, right? And my volume level hits like around here, right? You can see the graph like, oh, I'm talking around here. It's going to come out at that level. So what we do is we adjust the ratio and the threshold. These things work in tandem together. So what happens is that the ratio or the threshold is like, when does this start kicking in? Okay. When does this start kicking in? And this, you see the dot moving? We can kick it in like at the very beginning. You never want to do that honestly though, but you could. Or we can do it like at whatever this range is. Ah! We're gonna crank up the ratio and you see it turns basically from like a linear scale into a scale that kind of changes path, right? So like you're going in one direction, then all of a sudden it stops. What we want to think about this is that this is where the audio starts to level out, right? So when it gets to this point, we'll set it to a nice even point. So like you see this bar on the graph here, right? Once the volume gets to this level, it'll stay that level if we just crank the ratio up, right? So it won't get this loud. It won't ever get this loud ever. If we had the ratio set to 0 or 1, sorry, 1 to 1, sounds that would get this loud will be that loud. But we crank that ratio down, or crank the ratio up, sorry, it will never get this loud and it'll stay this loud. Right? That's how it works. You crank the threshold down this far, right? It will stay fucking quiet forever. You have a fucking solid sound. It's going to be equivalently sounding. It's going to sound also really, really bad, so don't do that. A good ratio and threshold setting is basically if... Okay, you want to set this ratio to a point where your voice is just making it kick in. Let me see if I can... Hold on. How do I record on this again? Dun 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 dun. How do I input this? Dun, dun. Monitor. This is the monitor button. Where's the monitor button? I'm still learning how to use this program, by the way. Monitors. Monitor. There we go. Okay, does that work? No, it doesn't. Shoot, this isn't working in the way I wanted it to. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. I want to explain this to you guys. I should be doing it live on my voice, but I can't. There's no way I can make this affect. My voice isn't really getting into the system. Okay, so I'm gonna like simulate it. Okay, well here I can't. Okay, here's the thing. I'm using physical hardware. I'm using a physical hardware to compress my voice, so I can't show you guys, but I can't. Hold on a second. I know what to do. Okay, we're gonna add a new track here. We're gonna add a track. Audio track, mono. Test. Oh, this doesn't work because I'm gonna bypass my compressor for a second here. Hello? Whoa. Hello? 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 Oh god, it's working. Okay. Hello? I sound like a robot to me. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I just realized something. You guys can't hear this. You guys can't hear my voice doubling, can you? Ah, okay, yeah, this sucks because it's running through a different AISO. I wonder if there's a way I can do this without like showing you guys. I sound cool though. I sound like a robot. Bop bop beep boop. I wish you guys could hear. Bop bop beep boop. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bop bop beep boop. Okay. I can kind of like show you what the things do, all right? I can't do like a sound, but like maybe you guys can hear it eventually. Man, I need to have like a tutorial session where like I can figure this out and not be like impulsive on tea time. Okay, so all right, you see here, right? Input, output. When I talk, right, my input, so it's basically it's not working right now because my threshold is set to 0. It's whenever it's at its loudest point is when it's going to kick in, but like its loudest point is always going to be its loudest point. So it's not going to kick in, right? So I'm talking and see my input is matching my output at all times. Yeah, so -2, right, to -2. But when I crank down the threshold, right, to -20, and I crank the ratio, you can see the GR, that stands for gain reduction. And now I'll start talking. Bah! 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 It'll say -1.5 to -7.1. So I basically just got myself quieter. So that's what that does. And you can see the gain reduction. This is just reduces the amount of gain that's, it just makes it quieter. When it gets to a certain point, it just gets quiet. Now we're going to do something called the makeup gain. And this will just crank it up, right? It's just much louder. My output's like peaking. This is bad. Don't want to do this. But like, it takes everything. It even takes the quieter stuffs and like pushes it up. Okay, I'm going to take that down. So that's how like, it makes the quiet, what compressors do is that it makes the quieter sounds louder and it makes the louder sounds quieter. That's basically what it is. Automated volume control, all right? And there's a thing like attack, so like it'll, whenever it decides when it'll start kicking in, like, oh, it's really loud, I should turn it down. Like, oh, like if it's set to like 0, it'll happen immediately. Like once it gets to that point, it'll just not be quiet. But like if you set it to like, I don't know, 6.1 milliseconds, at a certain point it's loud and then it's like, oh, I have to turn it down. It's like it's delaying its reaction time. So it like goes, oh wait, I got to turn it down. So it turns it down. So that's what the attack is. A slow attack. And a slow, honestly, I don't even really, I'm trying to think of how the release works. Because it works the opposite. It's like, oh, it's getting quieter now. I better turn it back up. That's basically how it works. Compression. I guess, I'm guessing you guys didn't understand any of that because like, honestly, I don't even know what I just said. I wish I could explain it to you with the sound, but like, I love this. Compressors are good. Wait, hold on, live? Oh shit, there's a live mode. If I hook this up, I can make it so like I'm singing to you guys. You can use this for live performances. I didn't even know you could use this program for live performances. Look at me, I'm learning how to use this program. I imagine it like seasoning. You don't want too much seasoning either. Yeah, I would say so. But basically, how you want to set your settings is that like you just want to set it just enough. You want to set it just enough so your microphone is starting to pick up the threshold, right? You speak your loudest, you go ah, 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 and then you set it to just below that. So it just starts to kick in. And then you crank the ratio down so like you never get louder than that. And then you want to take your quietest parts where you start whispering, you go, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? And you want to crank that up, take the whole thing, the makeup gain, and then you may make that the entire thing. Like you boost the entire thing so your quieter sounds are much more. Is there a way to hear your own audio in OBS without listening to your own stream or recording a video? I think there is. Yes, there is. Okay, it's so hard to do this if you're trying to adjust audio settings, but there's a way. So you go to advanced audio properties. So people who have their OBS open, so you can follow along. But if you have OBS open, you go to audio mixer, you go to the channel that you want to listen to. You click the three dots on it, the thing that the drop down, and you click advanced audio properties. It'll show you all of the sounds. So you find the one that you want to listen to, and you see on the right side it should say audio monitoring. You know, I can just, okay. That was weird. You guys hear that? Is that the right one? No, what? Okay, yeah. So here's my sources, right? If you go to on monitor off, you won't hear it. So this one here, this is actually my background music. I have it set to monitor only mute output. If I set it to monitor and output, you'll hear it twice. So I'm gonna actually do that right now. And you should be hearing it twice, or it should be louder. But we don't want that. We just want it. We just want it. That means also if I hear it, if what I'm hearing is what you guys hear. We don't hear it twice. This should. Maybe you have to apply it. But this will make it play twice. Because it'll play on both your headphones, which is your stereo mix, and then it'll play in OBS as a separate feed. Hey, I want to check in before I sleep. Thank you for stopping by, Biz. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But yeah, what you want to do is set it to monitor only, or you can set it to whatever. If you want to like listen to yourself, you just have to have a monitor on, and then you can listen back to yourself. It's just on top of each other. It's just not super noticeable. Yeah. So here's the thing that I like to do. To balance my audio, and this is going to be different for everybody. This is what I like to do though. Okay, so you can see my sources, right? So we have my sound alerts and all that stuff. So what I like to do is I like to make my voice just below the red. So most of the time you don't want your voice to go into the red, which is, you know, it's mostly true. But for streaming, this is fine because our peak point is actually at the very, very top here. And I like to have my volume just right here, just before. You can see like these little dots here. This is the highest point of which your volume gets to. So if you start screaming, I start pushing it, right? I can clear that off. Can I clear that off? I don't know how to clear it off. But yeah, that's, oh shit, you see that? You see that? I don't want that, that's bad. But like for the most part, my stuff is just sitting right here. And if I'm like, oh, am I too quiet? Oh, am I too quiet, right? I just gotta make sure that I'm trying to aim for this part right here. My audio professor always told me to be in the yellow zone when it comes to audio. Yeah, you kind of want to always be in the yellow. The red is fine because like we're streaming, and this is what I like to call, like, well, I like to call it, but it's what it is. But this is like headroom. This is called headroom right here. Just think of this as the end, but this is the headroom, the extra room that you give just in case you go even louder. I honestly push it too hard sometimes. Honestly, I should turn myself down, but like, I don't want to. But yeah, you want to stay somewhere in this yellow zone. I like to go just before the red because I'm a fucking maniac. And then I see like my desktop audio. So this is where most of my game audio I see. But for this case, it's my background music that's playing right now. And whenever I'm like, oh, is my game too quiet or is my game too loud? I look at this here and I already know, like, I want it to be in this general area. I don't want it to be as loud as me because like I would be sticking out, right? I mean, I could just be like, but then you guys wouldn't be able to hear me very well. So like, I know like the sweet spot for that is just like somewhere like right here-ish. So it's just kind of there, you know? But like everything I do for my streams is that, like, I know a rough idea of where I want my game audio to be. I know roughly where I want to be, and if I have somebody in my chat, if I call somebody up, it'll show up in my desktop audio. and I just adjust according to whenever they speak. Whenever I'm in a collab, I like, hey, can you just like say a couple words? And then they usually do, and then like I try to aim their voice to just around the same area as me, so they can hear them just the same amount as they hear me. I recently saw that the red is kind of a lie in OBS. Is it? Is there a way to make it more accurate? I just bookmarked that to look at later. Would you put karaoke music louder? So my karaoke music is usually just, so where I'm like right here, I'm usually like my music is usually right about here. Hold on. I'm actually gonna test this out real quick here. I'm gonna go put on a karaoke song. This won't get claimed, I don't think. Baka mitai koto. Oh, this is the actual song. Shit. Yume o utte uso da. I'm trying to find a song that won't get claimed. I love you mo. ろくに言わない口下手ねほんの Oh, here's a good one. This one won't get claimed. Okay, there we go. See, the music is, honestly, it's a little loud. It's like just under me. Follow my rainbow, can't stick around, gotta keep moving on. Cause what lies ahead, only one way to find out. Must keep on moving ahead. No time for guessing, follow my plan instead. Trusting in what you can't see. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through. Follow me. Set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. Follow me. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Yeah, my music has been too low for like a year. This is why we're here. We're learning. We are learning, guys. You can tell visually where it is, but like that won't actually give you like 100% accurate representation. So there's actually two things that you should be looking at in your bars, in your bounce and meters. So when I'm talking here, right, you can see like there's the peak bars, which are like the peaks. Your average is actually something that's really important as well. Like you can see the little black dots right here. That's the average of the sound, because like, you know, all sound's not going to be equal throughout it, right? So this is another thing that you have to be you have to pay attention to as well. The peaks are just for like if you want to clip, like if you're trying to avoid clipping. But for overall like volume, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the body of it, like the sound, the thing, the average volume, the average volume, the tonal fee, the tonal, no, I don't even know how to explain this here. It's like, it's the average volume. So things can have like a high peak and like still feel quiet, but like it'll be clipping audio, but like its body will be like really weak. The dots are more like an accurate representation of the whole thing, of the entire frequency spectrum, whereas the peaks are like the loudest points. I realized when I did the karaoke relay, because probably everyone watching does enough music stuff, that they told me. Yeah. It's hard. Like, listen. One of the things that... Oh, my reverb is still on, by the way. One of the hardest things about being a streamer is knowing when your things are too quiet or too loud. And a lot of the times people are like, hey, is this too loud? Is this too quiet? Like... And it's okay to do that, but at a certain point, after asking like every single time, you should kind of have an idea of how loud things should be. I think that's a really, really important skill that some people should know, is like, roughly, do I need to make it quieter? Do I need to make it louder? I have no reverb because I haven't found something that doesn't seem to like, sorry. I haven't found something that doesn't seem like too much to me. So, when you choose a reverb, too much sometimes is just enough, I feel like. What reverb should be doing for you guys, if you guys ever use reverb and stuff, reverb should be simulating a space. So like, if you use too little, it might as well not be there, because it's not creating a space. It's just adding extra volume. I should sound like I'm in like a completely different space when I throw this on. I should sound like I am somewhere. I should sound like I'm in a concert hall, not a concert hall, a live venue, or at least something similar. Do you guys know how reverb does, or why reverb does that? Why reverb ends up sounding like a glue to make things kind of blend together? This is like kind of like my opinion of it. It's probably not the scientific opinion, but this is my opinion of it. It kind of just blends a lot of your notes kind of together. You guys ever notice how like you sing better in the shower? It's because of the reverb in your shower. Your shower has natural reverbs. Voice modulation stuff could be a good guide. I don't... So there's a program called VoiceMod. It's what all the streamers use, honestly. If not using GoXLR, to be honest. But VoiceMod is what Prismaya uses. It's what Minakadoba uses. Kobo from HoloLive uses it. And it's just you press a button and it goes. That's another thing I have, but I never set up. It's super easy. Setting up VoiceMod is super easy because basically it's a 2-point process. You set up your microphone to go into VoiceMod. You set VoiceMod to go into OBS. That's it. There's a little bit of a delay though when you set up VoiceMod, because there's a latency. So your mic has to talk to VoiceMod, and then VoiceMod has to talk to the program that it's set up to, for in this case OBS. So, you know, think of it as a game like a telephone. You have to tell somebody first, but then they have to like think about what you said, right? And then they have to tell somebody else. So if I said like gray fox, or gray socks and gray socks on a brown fox, right? Gray socks on a brown fox. You have to process that, like, oh yeah, it's gray socks on a brown fox. And if I told you to tell somebody, you have to process that, think about it, and then tell the other person, right? So there's a little bit of a latency, a little bit of a delay when you start connecting different programs together. That's the reason why I don't use VoiceMod, is because I don't like the delay that it gives me. It's just too much for me. Not to use it for karaoke. Yeah, don't use VoiceMod for karaoke. There is a reverb function on... There's a reverb function on VoiceMod, but because of delay, it's not good. But you know what? There is a fix for that. There is a fix. I have no idea how to like make this really good, but this is actually what I do. My mic is actually delayed just a little bit. Or sorry, not my mic. Sorry, my mic is, or yeah, my mic by default is delayed by a little bit. And the reason why is because I have a bunch of like physical processors, so there's like a slight delay. And whenever I do karaoke, I have to delay my system audio by about, I can't remember how long. 110 milliseconds. You can see this here. So this is my system audio. All my karaoke is delayed by 110 milliseconds. So you can technically do this as well if you set up voice mod. But honestly, I have delay on top of delay. I don't want to delay myself even more, you know? How much delay you have. Yeah, so yeah, I figured out that my mic specifically has 110 milliseconds of delay. Audio is dumb. Oh, it's so dumb, but I love it. Remember to shower with your audio mixers to filter your reverb properly. You know, there's programs out there that analyze the sound of a room and just recreate the reverb. I don't know what plugin it is, but like you just take a recording of a room, you throw it into the program. It's like, oh, we can just recreate the reverb for you. So if you want to like make everyone sound like they're in the same room, for example, if somebody was like singing in a venue and like, oh, we want to mix like, I love the sound this person had while they're performing, but I want to add some like backing vocals or something, they can just throw that recording into a reverb analyzer, analyze the reverb, and then they can take that reverb and put onto all the other voices in the studio, and they can have like a similar reverb. That's crazy. Technology, man. Technology is great. Powered by AI, but not art. Art is not AI. Art is not done by AR. That's just images. But who are, like, honestly, this is like not to the benefit of AI art, guys, but like, who are we to say what is art though? Because like, art can be like ketchup spilled on a McDonald's floor and someone like, wow, that's art. Or it could just be McDonald's ketchup on a McDonald's floor, you know? There was one thing, there's somebody went to an art museum and somebody lit something on fire in the bathroom and somebody thought it was a part of the art exhibit. Something just burning in the bathroom. However, I do not think AI generated images is art. I think it's just AI generated images. I think the one thing that's fucked up about it too is that people are claiming copyright for AI generated image. People are claiming copyright for AI generated images, which is technically like, do you own it or did the computer make it? Does it belong to the AI or does it belong to you? Or does it belong to the person who made the AI? You know? It's all crazy. I feel like I should have like an actual audio lesson stream. Would you guys enjoy that? Would you guys get something out of that? Did you guys learn things today? I know there was something like a monkey or something that took a selfie. Who owns the image? Does the photographer own the image or does the monkey own the image? Ableton has a convolution IR that's based on their lunchroom. Really? I was looking at Ableton, but Ableton is like fucking expensive. Right now I'm working in Cubase, and Cubase is honestly the best thing that I've worked on since Pro Tools. It's so easy to use, and it's so similar to like, I was originally using Adobe Audition, and Adobe Audition fucking sucks. Do not use Adobe Audition. It is garbage. It was the next closest thing, because the one I used before that was Reaper, and Reaper has its issues. I don't like the way things are routed in Reaper. The way things are routed in Cubase and in Adobe Audition, it's very similar to like a standard digital audio workstation or a DAW. So yeah, originally had Reaper, and I was like, man, I like the way things sound in this, but I also don't like how things are routed. So I ended up switching off and using Adobe Audition. And now I'm on Cubase because Cubase is so much better than Audition. So if you need a suggestion on a digital audio workstation, this isn't free, by the way. You have to pay for it. But there is a free trial, so yeah. Take Cubase. The cheapest option they have is $150, which as a product for all its features is fucking cheap as hell. If you want like Pro Tools quality, and like it doesn't like probably have as much features as Pro Tools. Pro Tools has a bunch of like convoluted stuff built into it, which I hope so, because it's what is it? It's industry standard. But Cubase has a lot of its own nice quirks. For example, it's really good for composing your own MIDI sample stuff, your own works. Digital work. It works well as a composer is what I'm trying to say. You can mix a lot of digital or MIDI work in here. It's all built in. I think it was designed for that specifically. FL Studio is your best bang for buck since it get all the future updates for free. Yeah, I'm not. So I'm like a little iffy on FL Studio. How much is FL Studio for its base price? It's cheapest option. FL Studio I think is also, so Cubase and FL Studio were made for the R&B crowd, I believe. You gotta pay for future updates. Hey, I'm having fun with this. I think the future updates are like fairly cheaper though. Honestly, I wouldn't mind. Like you don't need all the you don't need all the updates, honestly. If there's a particular feature that needs to be like that you really want, then it's like, yeah, I would say go with Cubase. But if you're like, oh, I didn't want to experiment on a lot of different things, try to go with FL Studio. But for me personally, as long as there's something that's on an update, all the plugins included bundle is 500. Yeah, so 150 compared to 500. But you know the 500 has all the future updates as well, where 150 only has you know, just the one base. So yeah, so me personally, I go with Cubase because I like it and it is definitely worth the price. But if you want to really take it up to the next level, I would say FL Studio. If you really want to be professional, buy Pro Tools and live your life in poverty. New take lanes in Ableton 11 are fun though. New take lanes. What are take lanes? Is it like, so there's something when I think of take lanes, I think of like playlist. So like you do a take and it automatically gets yeah, so yeah, no, you can do that. You can do that in Cubase. You can do that in Cubase. It's built into Cubase. You can select the best parts from those takes. Yeah, you can do that directly in Cubase. You can also do that in Pro Tools. That's been in Pro Tools for a long time. Have you guys seen Billie Eilish's vocal takes for one song? I think she did 37 takes, and then after 37 takes, they cut up the entire song, and there's like, I think over like 100 different cuts. I don't like how that's done, to be honest. It is so cool. Like that's how you should do it properly. However, none of us have that fucking time to do 37 takes in a row. Also, by the way, whenever you're going to do covers of a song, keep in mind distance and like direction and like all your settings that you use to record. Because if you decide to like, oh, I really need this take done a different way, and then you record and it just sounds different because you're like at a different position away from the mic, or you're like like you're placed a little bit differently from the mic, or the mic's like, you know, slightly further away. You can like hear the difference, and I'm like, it stresses me out when I hear like, yeah, I did like 18 takes and they're all at different times. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, just keep in mind, like, whenever you do a cover, record, like, keep in mind how far away you are from the mic and where the mic is compared to you, because if the mic is like slightly higher, it's gonna sound just slightly different, and it's gonna drive me nuts. That's just me though. Anyone want to do a cover? I'm trying to find some work. Is that Chromio uses it? I don't even know who Chromio is. The one thing you know about Cubase is that I use it now, because I'm a big fucking fan of it. Demon Dice uses it, by the way. At least as far as I know, they used to use it. I'm not sure if they're still using it, but I know that Demon Dice uses Cubase as well, which is kind of like why I was like, I should maybe try Cubase. I want to get into like composing my own stuff, honestly. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. My fish pot coffee. Oh man. Oh man. Oh boy. I kind of want to play that one song, or that one game. Sorry, the one game. Are you guys familiar with Guitarsmith? There's a game called Guitarsmith that uses like your guitar, and like you can play the game. The one thing that kind of like makes me not want to get it is because I can plug my guitar directly into my computer and I can do it, it's fine. But it's the same input as my mic. So if I were to play it on stream, you would hear both the dry signal and the signal coming into Drocksmith. I'll watch a streamer who does bass requests on that. You know, it's honestly like, I love the concept of that game, but there's no way I can do it. Wait, maybe I can. Hold on a second. Maybe I can. I might be able to do it actually, now that I think about it. I just have to like separate, because there's two channels going in. I have a mic input and a line input. Has a full setup and everything, yeah. I got it a while ago and I tried it for a bit, wasn't bad. I played it when I was in high school. I got the 2014, no, was it 2014 version? When was, I think, is there a 2013 version? No. There was a version that was earlier than 2014, but 2014 I think is the latest version, or maybe there's a different version, but I know Guitarsmith 2014 is the one that everyone plays. But I played it when I was in high school. That's the original release? No way. There's no way. No, I was definitely playing it before 2014. Oh, 2014 is the current release. What's the original release? In like 2011? I think, 2011. Guitarsmith 2011, I believe. Yeah, so yeah, I played Guitarsmith, the original release, I think it's 2011, a lot. And it really, 2012? That sounds about right. It really, is something. It takes that drive of learning songs on guitar and kind of like makes it super easy, because like it takes you step by step. Like you can start with single notes and like simplified melodies, but the better you play, the harder it gets, or the more accurate it gets, I should say. The more accurate it gets. And yeah. And then you can just play whatever. You know, a lot of the things on guitar though don't need to be played like a particular way too. There's just like more comfortable ways of playing it. Pretty much Guitar Hero taken to a new level, really. It's exactly what it is though. Where Guitar Hero 3 just kind of like, you know, changed the game with how Guitar Hero plays and how Rock Band introduced the entire band. Guitarsmith like super steroid pumped the guitar part of Guitar Hero. I'm a bass player myself, honestly. I would love to go back and play bass, but I don't have my bass anymore. And my bass was a fretless, so it was a lot harder to play. And I think if I went back now, I wouldn't be able to play a fretless. It's been way too long, and I can't play my fretless anymore. It's the only bass I had. It was a nice bass too. However, it's not too late to pick it up again. Here's the thing, I don't have my bass anymore. I think so. I lent it out to somebody. I didn't even realize I lent it out to somebody. And now I don't even talk to them. In fact, since I don't talk to them, I don't even know how to even ask for it back. I don't know. I wonder if I could figure out where they live. If I could just be like, show up to their doorstep one day and be like, hey, you know that bass that you took from me while I was away in college? Yeah, can I have that back? I wouldn't doubt if they like fucking broke it by now. They were kind of like this person who borrowed my bass. Technically, I lent it to them. The person who borrowed my bass, they were kind of a scum person. They're kind of scummy. They didn't have a like a really creative bone in their body. God, I'm just ragging on this person now. But no, like, so one of the things that like they did is that they would always want to like make music and stuff, which was like, you know, that was cool. But they always wanted to do polyrhythm stuff, and I'm like, well, polyrhythm stuff is cool and all, but like, you know, you need to figure out how polyrhythms work before you actually try to implement them in your work. Like, you need to figure out how fucking 3/4 time works and 4/4 time works for the like, you know, standard rhythms before polyrhythms are introduced into it. Polyrhythms are cool, but fucking learn how to do the other stuff first too. I gave away a GameCube and games to a cousin's kid. Biggest regret of my life. I lent somebody my copy, my Wii copy of Twilight Princess. I had a friend who had a friend, and he's like, yeah, I never had Twilight Princess before. I was like, oh yeah, I'll lend you my copy of Twilight Princess. It's a fun game. Totally, just play it. He took my copy and I never fucking saw him again. Turns out that kid was a kleptomaniac and he stole fucking everything. He stole from my friend. I think he stole his Xbox. I think one day he just took his Xbox and just ran off. So yeah, I never saw that copy of Twilight Princess on the Wii since. And since then, I've never had a copy of Twilight Princess. And now I'm kind of mad about it. I never had a kleptomaniac friend, but I had one that was a compulsive liar. Everyone had that compulsive liar friend. I had the friend who was a compulsive liar who played not Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. He played The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, and he would always just he would always like make things up. He's like, oh yeah, we were in Wind Waker. There were sharks, and you can like ride on the sharks. My cousin played it and he was like riding on sharks. No, you can't do that. That's the one I remember specifically, is that like, oh yeah, I was playing The Legend of Zelda and my cousin was riding. It was always the cousin too. It was never him. It was like my cousin was riding on sharks. I wish I could remember all the other like compulsive liar stuff. Oh, I knew who his cousin was too. I had a friend try to convince me that Tanuki Suit existed in Super Mario 64. Did he also eat glue? You can play as Luigi in Super Mario 64. DS. You know, everyone always has that one friend who like spreads rumors about video games. I remember, I think the Compulsive Liar, oh dude, I think the Compulsive Liar talked about unlocking Sonic and Melee. I think he said he did it, but he deleted his save file because he wanted to unlock all the characters again. I think, did he unlock Toad too? No, he didn't care about Toad, he cared about Sonic. He loved Sonic, the Sonic series. He played Sonic Adventure 2 like to hell and back. In fact, he named his dog Sonic. I remember that though. It was like, yeah, I unlocked Sonic, but I deleted my save file because I wanted to unlock all the characters over again. Which, to be fair, a lot of kids like to do that. But also he did not unlock Sonic. Yeah, I unlocked Sonic in Brawl. I went into the future and I took Sonic from Brawl and put him in Melee. I remember how excited everybody was when Sonic was announced for Brawl. Do you guys remember, were you guys alive for that? Were you guys alive for the dojo updates? The Super Smash Brothers dojo? The Super Smash Brothers dojo updated like every Tuesday at like 2 in the morning. And my mom gets so pissed at me for staying up until 2 in the morning to read the dojo updates. So go to bed, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Yes, school tomorrow. I was like, yeah, but the dojo updates. I only found out about the existence of Brawl through a friend's computer. Dude, do you remember the GameSpot trailers or like the GameSpot coverage stuff? I can get rid of this fucking display capture, by the way. We don't need that anymore. I remember I used to watch all of those GameSpot like behind the scenes E3 stuff, and it always sounded like they were underwater because like that's just the quality of shit that was just there. Oh, 2006 Super Mario Galaxy behind the scenes E3, and everything sounded like it was all underwater. I wonder if there's like video archives of it. I'm curious now. I need to find if there's one that exists. Don't say. Give me a second here. I gotta fix something. Boom. Okay. GameSpot Super Mario Galaxy E3. Oh, Mario Galaxy was like 2009 apparently. Holy shit, wait, 2009 for real? Oh, man. I guess the only way to like watch these videos again, I guess, is if you just recreate it using like a videos editing software. If you just crank it down to 160p and crank down that audio bitrate down as far as possible so it sounds underwater. Anybody watch those videos of people pretending to enter games through their other games using glitches? Yeah, everyone fucking does it. It's called Skyrim. Drive home from work now. Have a safe drive, Jam. Like, just built into Ocarina of Time for some reason. Yeah. Do you guys know like when like you black out and you wake up in Skyrim? That's basically the modern day version of that. YouTube is run by fools. What? People can actually do that through live programming. Oh yeah. What was it? Somebody, well, not somebody. It was during GDQ. A team programmed Breath of the Wild into Ocarina of Time through arbitrary code. What is it? Arbitrary code input, I think is what it's called. You just overload it with like inputs and like you rewrite code basically just by slamming in some fucking inputs. That was really cool. They used to do that for Mario World. Yes. Arbitrary code input is like now like a standard in task runs for GDQ. I remember there's one where they coded Mew underneath the truck. My favorite arbitrary code input is at the beginning of Super Mario Bros. 3. You can just spam a bunch of inputs and then you can just launch straight into the credits. I wonder how long it takes to do something like that. Because I know if you make a standard task run, it takes fucking forever. Because you have to do like every single input and stuff. I think like a 20-minute task can end up being like a year's worth of inputs. Like a year's worth of work, if not more, like 2 years. I know some people like to Frankenstein a bunch of the stuff together too. So like, whenever they do task things, some people like you're assigned, hey, your assignment is to do a task for the first star in Super Mario 64. And then another person is tasked to do the second star and then the third star. And then like they keep going and they all combine all their efforts together to make one big task. And then like that's how a lot of like the big ones, a lot of the fancy ones are, because like the work is split up between several different people. So lately I've been playing not Mario, Zelda. I've been playing the PC port of Ocarina of Time, and this weekend I'm going to do a stream of it, and I'm going to do what's it called, like All Sanity, I think. Yeah, All Sanity. So it's Key Sanity, Skull Sanity, and all the other stuff. Like it's gonna be like completely like randomized, but like glitchless. It's gonna be a glitchless one. So yeah, I'm gonna see how long that takes, and honestly, if it goes well, I might do a subathon with the randomizer with crowd control. I think that might be fun. You should get a tracker for that. There's a tracker built into the PC port. It's not as like robust as a lot of the downloadable ones. It just basically tells you what needs to be collected. It doesn't tell you where or how, but it just tells you like this area has this many things you need to collect, and these are what they are. But they don't tell you where to find them or how you can get there. You just kind of need to know how to get there. And so that's the one that I'm using. The one from Majora is really nice. I've never played the randomizer from Majora, but Majora is my favorite one, so maybe I should play that one. I do not think I would like the Wind Waker randomizer. I think I just like Wind Waker. There's a randomizer for Super Mario Bros. 3, and I'm like, what do you really need to randomize in Super Mario Bros. 3 other than like enemy placements and like levels? You have an option where you can find and use the Fierce Deity Mask. I remember having Game Shark codes and being like, wow, I love using the Fierce Deity out in Clocktown. Do you know that the Fierce Deity mask was supposed to be used at any time and not just in bosses? The only reason why they limited it to boss rooms is because it was too fucking overpowered. It was broken as hell. I used to do that with Project 64 too. You know, I think they could balance the Fierce Deity mask. I think they could have done it. I think one of the main reasons too also is because he broke the game because he was so big. Like they would have to program like door opening animations, but honestly, I don't think they really needed to do that at all. They could just make it impossible for him to walk through doors. Balance a deity. They could just like fucking do whatever. They could just make him not be able to walk in through doors, or like make sure the collision. Oh, I guess they only had a year to work on, huh? And like instead of using magic whenever he attacks, whenever you have the mask on, it just drains your magic like the Giant's mask. In fact, that's probably, oh yeah, the Giant's mask and the Fierce Deity mask were one and the same at one point, but then they decided to take it off. Like they decided to split them. I believe the Giant's mask was also supposed to be used around in Clocktown, but again, that broke things, so they decided not to do that, and they just made it only in the boss fight room. Ganon and Sheik were supposed to run the fishing pond. Why? Are you kidding me? Ganon and Sheik? Why? Tried using the Giant's mask outside once and it crashes the game. Yeah, it sounds about right. Like, what's it gonna do? And they eventually just put the fishing hole back in the 3DS version. You know, a lot of people shit on the 3DS version. I think the 3DS version did a good job on some things and just did not so good things on some other things. For example, Odoa, the boss fight for Odoa, I thought it was done a lot better because it introduced the Deku mask to be used in the fight. Before you just had to use like arrows and your sword and that was it. But I think the Odoa fight was actually done a bit better. But like the twin mold fight, I could probably just do without that one. I remember doing the twin mold fight and being like, this is not as fun as the other, as the base one. I think the swimming, a lot of people complain about too in the 3DS remake. But I think, who was it? Who was in charge again? Who was in charge of that project? Was it Eiji Aonuma? Was it Eiji Aonuma? I think Eiji Aonuma was like, yeah, this is too broken, we need to nerf it. The Norel video made people really biased. I watched that video, but I don't remember what was in it. Did people... Did they pull an Aaron Hansen? An Aaron Eagle Raptor Hansen? Because listen, I can talk to you about bomb bowling. I can talk to you about bomb bowling and my hates of bomb bowling. People watch it and suddenly start acting like they knew the port inside out. At least they didn't watch the one segment in A Link to the Past compared to Ocarina of Time, and they're like, wow, they talked about Skyward Sword. Bomb bowling sucks, doesn't it? Why does it suck? Oh, it's just bomb bowling. It's a really shitty feature. It's like, why is it a shitty feature? And they're like, it's because it's bomb bowling. Listen, I hate the bomb bowling argument so much, guys. I hate the bomb bowling argument.
Skyward Sword added like a throw arc, but it also added bomb bowling. Bomb bowling. It added bomb bowling. Skyward Sword added bomb bowling. It added bomb bowling. It added bomb bowling. Yeah, okay, fuck Skyward Sword.
Like, seriously, what did that prove? What did that prove? It didn't prove anything. It just proved that it had bomb bowling in the game, but everyone complained about it. I don't know why. Everyone complained about bomb bowling, and I don't know why. Why? It was, wow. Skyward Sword added a throw arc, and it also added bomb bowling. By the way, fuck Skyward Sword. What does that have to do with each other? They didn't fucking explain. And yet everybody complained about it. Everybody complained about it. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the comments in that video. Skyward Sword had bomb bowling. Still unsure if Egoraptor points bomb bowling as being a good thing or not. Skyward Sword is a bad game. It has shitty controls. Bomb bowling doesn't work. What do you mean? You can tell because every time Link bomb bowls in that clip, he gets hit by said bomb bowl. Bomb bowling never works. He's fucking... No, he doesn't! I'm looking at the clips. I'm looking at the clips. There's nothing wrong with the bomb bowling failing. It's just clips of Link using the bomb bowling and sometimes throwing the bomb up against a wall and exploding on him because I don't know why you would throw the bomb against the wall. Control-wise, listen. Control-wise, I didn't have a problem with Skyward Sword's controls. I don't know. That's maybe I'm not it. Maybe I'm built different. Bomb bowling never works. I'm pretty sure he thinks it's bad. I think you may have learned this in the 3 years since you posted this. Why is it bad? I think the point is that it's a good idea that doesn't work because Skyward Sword is bad. He likes it, but he doesn't like it. Huh? Everyone complained about bomb bowling. If you look closely, you'll see that Link keeps getting blown up by bombs. No, he doesn't. He does not. He does not get blown up all the time. He's literally throwing it down like a hill and stuff. He clarifies this in an episode of Game Grumps while they're playing Ocarina of Time. He asked about it and they said all he shows is the bomb blowing up Link in his face, so yeah, not good. What? No, it doesn't though. It doesn't though! He was making a joke like, oh, they did this one thing right, but it was so insignificant because he sees it as the only good part of the game. Bomb bowling is what represents the game, so the joke was bomb bowling. It's a mechanic that's basically useless, and it's representing the new and improved Zelda game. Huh. I kind of understand that point. I thought the directional sword thing was the thing that carried Skyward Sword. It was literally the thing. It was not bomb bowling that carried the game, or at least wasn't the main point of the game. Maybe did people not like the sword features? I understand if like you're physically unable to move your arms, if you're like, if there's like, you know, if you're injured or like if you have a disability. But to say that bomb bowling was one of the main mechanics of the game, this ain't it. It's the sword play. I thought it was the sword play. You know, the whole trailer where Link pulls the sword out of his fucking sheath and he just swings around in a circle because that's the representation of the game, is that you could have full range of motion of your controller of the sword. Wow. This is just gonna be me being angry about that. I didn't like anything Aaron said in that episode except for this part. I just found it funny. He found bomb bowling funny. And that's why everyone hated it so much. Listen. Why am I obsessed with this one thing, guys? Why am I super just obsessed with this? After 3 years of Aaron showing his true skill, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Mario 64 Sonic Adventure, the whole point seems hard to believe. I mean, I'm looking at the footage used in bomb bowling, and some of them aren't even results of the game's fault, but the player either rolling them in places they know it's not going to work, / up a ramp on the side of a bridge close to yourself, and blaming the game that they don't move at where the obvious bomb, and blaming the game where they don't move at the very obvious bomb close by. It doesn't show a sense of this game sucks. It shows more of I don't know how to use the mechanics, so it's the game's fault. You think you found the context for the bomb thing? Bomb bowling has returned. I'm curious now. Where does he say it? Mm-hmm. I timestamped it.
I'm not talking about you. Get out of my house. Go. I can't be too hard on Skyward Sword. It at least made bombs bearable to use. You throw a bomb and Link to the Past in 4 directions. Left, right, up, down. In Ocarina, you have infinity directions. You also have a really vague idea of where it's gonna land, especially if you're throwing up or down in different elevations. There's so much room for error, it's fucking unreal. Z-targeting helps, but what if there are enemies around you don't want to target onto? You just want to see straight. You just want to fight, throw a bomb! Skyward Sword added like a throw arc, but it also added bomb bowling. Bomb bowling. It added bomb bowling. Skyward Sword added bomb bowling. It added bomb bowling. It added bomb bowling. Yeah, okay, fuck Skyward Sword. It still handles treasure chests dumb, but to be fair,
What did that explain? I'm still confused. I'm still confused. I don't get it. I don't get it. What does bomb bowling have to do with this? Okay, the main point, from what I understand, Skyward Sword added better ways to use bombs, but it also just added bomb bowling. Then why did people hate on it? Why did people hate on it? It literally did not explain anything. Aaron Eagleraptor Hansen did not explain anything about bomb bowling, yet everyone took it up to say, wow, bomb bowling sucks. There was literally no reason for people to hate on bomb bowling. Aaron Hansen did not even make a reason to why fucking bomb bowling should be a thing. Like, why it should be talked about. Other than saying it had bomb bowling. Internet's weird. Of course the internet's weird. The internet doesn't even know how to think for itself. You put something in, you get it right back out. You just say the word bomb bowling, everyone's like, bomb bowling. Bomb bowling, bomb bowling, bomb bowling, bomb bowling. What does it fucking mean? It means there's fucking bowling bombs in the fucking game. That's it. That's it. That's the whole point of the game. To throw the bombs. I kind of want to play Wii Bowling now. Wow, it had Wii Bowling. All right. I've been live for 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna call it quits here. Thank you guys for joining Tea Time. I'm probably gonna go to bed because I'm tired. I'm not tired, but like I'm hungry. I need to eat. I'm gonna make myself a big old plate of spaghetti, and I'm gonna drink a cup of coffee with it because I can. And that's gonna be my plan for tonight. Also, public school. Skyward Sword added bomb bowling. Skyward Sword added bomb bowling. Skyward Sword added bomb bowling. Just got out of the shower. I'm no longer a Akechi. Congratulations. You are officially way better than Akechi due to this one fact that you showered. We're gonna end the stream soon here, so we're just gonna go find somebody to raid. All right. hey guys, if you enjoyed my stream, hey, there's some things that you could do to keep up with me and my streams and all my content. Hey, I have a YouTube, I have a Twitter, I have a Discord. You can join all that stuff. I also have a VOD channel as well. You can find that in my about section. And I have a Tumblr that I don't use very often, but I probably should. So there's some things. All right, so tomorrow is gonna be Persona. We're gonna try to grind through as much Persona as possible for the next 2 weeks because Persona 3 is coming out. I'm not sure if I want to play Persona 3 or if I want to play Fire Emblem on stream. I probably want to do Fire Emblem a little bit more because I maybe want to take a break from Persona. But that's we'll cross that bridge when we get there, which is in about a week and a half. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. All right. We're also gonna be doing a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time randomized stream. All sanity, glitchless %. Fire Emblem sounds fun. Fire Emblem is my favorite series. Probably not my favorite series of all time, but like it's one of my favorites for sure. Let's see. Who do we want to raid today? Who? We're just doing a chatting stream. Dun 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 dun. Soft Jules is playing Cooking Mama. Let's go raid Jules. That seems like a really adjacent stream to raid into. Listen, if you want to raid, here's our raid message. Are you winning, son? Are you winning, son? It doesn't have to be my emote, but you can use whatever emotes you want to use. Soft Jules is playing Cooking Mama too. Ask them if they're winning. I wonder if they're speedrunning it. You guys hear about the Cooking Mama 2 speedrun? I think they're going to be ending soon. Oh no, they're just starting. They just started 26 minutes ago. All right. I don't know. I have no idea what time it is for you guys. I just hope it's a good time. Have a good time over at Jules' stream, and I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Thank you for joining. I'll be back tomorrow with some Persona later in the evening, or in the evening, rather than my afternoon. Hey, afternoon tea times is we got Thursday or Tuesday at 3 o'clock Central. That's when tea time is. We're gonna have tea time every single freaking Tuesday. Hope you guys are there for it. Yeah, that's the end of my stream. Have a good time, everybody. Have a good ba-boo-da-ba-dee, skabba-da-ba-doo-ba, ba-ba-dee-ba-dee, skabba-doo, ba-ba-doo, ba-da-ba.